always try to peep into our future and past. But are we really aware of our present?
Present is present and we all live in it. So, we must be knowing all about it.
Do you know about your own body?
I think I know all about it. If you're talking about human body, we have learned it in science class.
But smaller things always escape faster.
Like?
Do you know Newton, the great scientist who solved many mysteries of this universe? But actually, he was so innocent. You know what? He had a cat and a kitten. This cat used to roam around here and there for the whole day and enter into his house at late nights. You know what he did? He made a hole on his door. You know why? For the cat.
So, what's strange in that?
The strange part is he made 2 holes on his door. One bigger, another smaller.
For what?
Bigger one for the cat and smaller for the kitten.
Come on, you must be joking.
Oh, no. This is the recorded event of his life. And you know what? We must never ignore smaller things. So, let's go back to body basics. Akadam, bakadam, jadui tikadam. Akadam, bakadam, jadui tikadam.
Can you tell me how electric eels produce electricity? Electric eels have special cells running the length of their tails that produce an electric shock. These cells grow in a tissue that is very similar to normal muscle tissue. A full-grown electric eel can produce a charge of 600 to 1000 volts. That's enough to stun a person. Electric eels are nocturnal, which means that they are active at night. They actually breathe air, so they surface every 15 minutes or so. They use their shock to kill prey and ward off predators. Since they have poor vision, they also use weak electric currents to navigate. Can you tell me where frogs go in the winter? Frogs are amphibians, which means that they can live on land and in water. But it also means that they are cold-blooded. Their body temperature is the same as the air temperature surrounding them. Since frogs don't generate their own body heat, keeping warm is very important. That's why most frogs are found in the warmer areas of the earth. This means that they dig burrows under the ground or even at the bottom of ponds. When frogs hibernate, their heart rate usually slows down and they sleep for months at a time. Tell me, why do African elephants have big ears? In Africa, elephants live on the hot grasslands called savannas. There are few trees to protect them from the sun. The ears of the African elephant have a very large area from which they lose heat. This helps the elephant stay cool. Tell me, which is the biggest animal? The blue whale, a mammal, is the largest animal of all. It is 100 feet or 30 meters long. Scientists believe that the biggest dinosaurs were about as long, but none had this mammal's massive body size. A blue whale can weigh up to 150 tons, which is about as much as 20 adult African elephants.
What is limnology? It is the study of lakes.
Can you tell me which is the smallest mammal? Some of the tiniest mammals are pygmy shrews. These furry little creatures live in many places. The one shown here is from South America. From the tip of its nose to the end of its tail, this mammal is just 2.5 inches or 6 centimeters long. It weighs about as much as a cube of sugar. Tell me, bats have wings, so why aren't they birds? Bats look like birds because they have wings and fly. But they are not birds. They are mammals. Even though they fly, they are very different from birds. Birds have feathers, which they shed yearly to grow new ones. Bats, though, grow fur on their bodies. Birds have beaks, but bats don't. They have teeth. In bats, the skin stretches between the bones of their fingers to form wings. Birds' wings are not like this. They are made of feathers. Bats do not lay eggs as birds do. Bats give birth to live babies like people do. And like all mammals, bats nurse their young. People are mammals too. Bats are the only mammals with true flying ability. Tell me, why do cats' eyes glow in the dark? Cats are predators and rely on their strong night vision to hunt and capture prey. You'll notice that a cat's eyes only glow in the dark when a light is shining in them. That's because of a mirror-like tissue in the cat's eyes called a tapetum lucidum. This tissue is located behind the cat's retina and reflects light back into the retina when light hits it. Can you tell me how cats land on their forelegs when they fall? While cats are very agile or quick with their body, they don't always land on their feet when they fall. If they leap after a bird and fall more than 20 feet, they will probably hurt themselves. But in a shorter fall, a cat quickly figures out which way is up and turns its head right side up. Then it twists the upper body around to land with its front paws on the ground. The hind paws naturally follow behind. Cats can do this because they have a very sensitive vestibular apparatus, which is a fluid-filled organ in the inner ear that helps them determine which way is up.
One fish lives partly in river and partly in sea. It is salmon.
Can you tell me, why are male birds more colorful than females? The male bird is covered with colorful feathers. The male's bright feathers help him attract a mate. The female bird has dull feathers. Their color and pattern blend with the grass. The pheasant's enemies have trouble seeing her sitting on her eggs. Tell me, which bird spins in the wind? A metal cockerel on a weather vane. The cockerel spins so that it can point in any direction. When the wind blows, the cockerel spins and points to where the wind is coming from. If the wind is blowing from the north, it is called a north wind. The wind blows from the north, south, east and west. Can you tell me, why are some birds colorful? Birds can be big show-offs, and they use bright colors to make themselves look attractive. Male birds are usually more colorful than females. When a peacock sees a female, a peahen, he displays his fine tail and shakes it so that she can admire his great beauty. Tell me, why do birds sing? Birds sing to get the attention of other birds. Like their colorful feathers, they may use songs to attract mates. Some birds squawk loudly if they're being attacked. Most baby birds learn to sing by copying their parents.
There is one country which is bordered by 11 other countries. It is China.
Can you tell me, why woodpeckers peck? Woodpeckers peck at trees to disturb the little insects that live in the bark. They then gobble them up. These birds can also use their strong, pointed beaks to hammer at the tree until they have made a hole big enough for a nest. Can you tell me, what is special about birds? Birds can fly, walk, run and even swim. Because they have wings, birds are able to fly to all parts of the world, from steamy rainforests to the icy Arctic. There are about 9,000 different types of birds, from beautiful barn owls to giant ostriches. Birds don't have teeth. Instead, they have really strong mouths that are called beaks or bills. Sharp, pointed beaks are good for grabbing bugs, and short, strong beaks are great for cracking nuts open. Birds lay eggs so that their babies can grow. Baby birds are called chicks and they begin life in an egg. The eggs are kept safe in a nest until they hatch. The oldest known bird lived about 150 million years ago. Archaeopteryx had feathers and wings, but it had teeth instead of a beak. Can you tell me how birds fly? Birds can fly because they have wings, powerful muscles, and very light bones. Feathers also help birds move smoothly through the air. The peregrine falcon is the fastest of all animals. It can reach top speeds of 180 kilometers an hour as it swoops and dives. Birds can fly very long distances. Swifts are super flyers and even eat and mate while they swoop through the clouds. When young swifts leave the nest, they may fly for the next 2 years and travel more than 500,000 kilometers. All birds have wings, but not all of them fly. The speedy roadrunner lives in the desert. It can fly, but it prefers to walk or run as it looks for lizards, snakes, and bugs in the sand. Can you tell me why birds lay eggs in nests? Birds lay their eggs in a nest to keep them safe. Once the eggs have hatched, the little chicks stay in the nest until they have grown enough to be able to fly. These bold eagles build giant nests up to 2.5 meters across. In birds, cuckoos don't bother making their own nests. Instead, they lay their eggs in other birds' nests. This way, cuckoos do not have all the hard work of looking after their own chicks. Other birds do it for them.
Do you know which is the largest sea in the world? Sea, not ocean. I know, South China Sea.
Can you tell me what is a bird of prey? Birds of prey are hunting birds. As they soar and glide across the sky, they search for animals to eat. Golden eagles have extremely good eyesight and can spot food far away. They swoop to the ground and grab rabbits and mice with their sharp claws. Sea eagles need good eyes and strong claws to catch a swimming fish. Each foot has a pointed hook for holding onto a slippery fish. Sea eagles take their fish to a cliff or rocky ledge where they can eat in comfort. Tell me, how does a bird eat a snail? Birds that eat snails need to get the soft body out of the hard shell. Some birds smash snails against rocks. This snail kite uses its sharp beak to cut the slimy snail away from its shell and hook it out. The beak of a skimmer is shaped like scissors. This is because the lower beak is much longer and flatter than the top beak. As it flies over water, the skimmer dips its lower beak below the surface. When it touches a fish, it snaps its beak shut. Can you tell me which is the largest tree in the world? The sequoia of North America is the largest tree. Sequoias are biggest because they have the thickest trunks. Some are more than 300 feet or 90 meters high. Long ago, a tunnel was cut in the tree. The tunnel is large enough to drive a car through. Tell me, why do flowers have so many different shapes? A flower's shape helps it attract insects like bees and butterflies. Many flowers need insects to spread pollen and make seeds. A flower's shape makes it easier for some insects to visit it. Tiny hummingbirds sip the nectar of certain flowers. The shape of these flowers makes it easy for the birds to drink. Then the bird spreads pollen so that the flower can make seeds.
Do you know penguins also live in colonies? But what is the name of that colony? I know. The name of that colony is rookery.